John and Tammy here at Giants Center after practice, and I guess pretty nuclear as far as Andrew Gordon was concerned. I asked him if he had any abandonment issues today, as his line mates both called up today, Keith Aucoin and Alexander Giroux, and certainly when you lose two of the top scorers, not only in your team, but two in the best in the AHL last year, obviously a Mylanta moment for Mark French.
Yeah, well, the top two scorers in the league last year, and but Gordo is kind of reunited with Willie, though, today, and for me, the whole fallout of this thing is the quote-unquote red first line today. Brandon Sugden taking over G's spot at left wing. I mean, I just asked him, when he signed it this summer, would he have ever imagined a scenario where he would have been dressing in a red first line left wing jersey? And he said no, but he said the red line looked the best it's looked all year this year. And in fact, I mean, they wore the red today, but I think the Wilson, Kane, Gordon line, assuming the personnel situation stays the same, at least through tomorrow, will be your de facto first line.
It would certainly seem to be, as certainly the offense is going to have a different look to it in Wilkes-Barre, no question about it. Looking ahead to the game in Wilkes-Barre, the Bears, a pretty convincing victory up there. They did it with goaltending and Braden Holtby. They're going to get a different look at a different target when the Bears head there tomorrow night.
Well, and Ben Lovejoy is still down, so they're going to be pretty strong on defense up there. One positive theme for the Bears this season so far is their play in the division and on the road. They won the first game up there. They've won at Bingo a couple times. So they're off to a good start in the division, and that's where you want to be doing well. Now, for me, the most interesting game of the weekend is going to be Portland on Sunday. We're going to get to see, I think, Brad Larson come back. Yes. Used to play in Hershey. He was out of hockey last year with injuries and is making a comeback this year. And unfortunately, we're not going to see former Bear Cody McCormick, who got suspended 5 games yesterday. He's also playing for Portland for an incident at Dunkin' Donuts Center in Providence that we're familiar with on October 18th.
The Capitals, since you and I chatted last, and certainly going into the New Jersey game a week ago Monday, things weren't looking very good. They lost that game in a shootout. But since then, a win over San Jose, seemingly turned the corner, getting the win against Nashville. Now they've had some time off. The Atlanta game coming up tonight. But it seems like even with the Michael Nylander to Grand Rapids thing yesterday, things kind of maybe settling themselves out a little bit in D.C.
Well, and they're just finally starting the southeast portion of the schedule, which is kind of ironic. I mean, to me, I haven't really been surprised by this start. I mean, if you looked at the Cap schedule in October on paper, it's brutal. I mean, Boston, absolutely. Philadelphia, San Jose, and they're kind of just about where I thought they were going to be after this stretch.
And now, and I guess on the flip side of that, it really changes, not just because you're in the Southeast Division, but some of the lesser teams coming up on the schedule. You get the Islanders twice inside of the next 2 weeks and so on and so forth. So the light at the end of the tunnel, at least as far as the schedule goes, you still got to go out there and play the game, but things seem to be going better, and the schedule does lighten up a little bit now.
Yeah, although I think the Southeast is going to be stronger this season than it was last season. I mean, Atlanta kind of finished up nicely last year and could be more of a challenger. Carolina, after the trade deadline, kind of reconjured their Stanley Cup look to an extent, and I think is going to be much stronger. And I think that's going to make the regular season in the division more difficult for the Caps, but I think it's actually going to pay dividends for them come playoff time, because I think they're going to be more battle-tested by the regular season than they had been last season.
We will be touching on this a lot in the next week or so, but getting down to the final days before the book release here with you and Bruce, and that's got to be very exciting for you.
Yeah, it's closing in on the end of the month here. It's just kind of a weird situation. It's almost like you're locked into the first 10 minutes before a game where what you've done has been done and you're just kind of waiting for it to start, but instead of 10 minutes, it's kind of weeks.
Yes. Makes it a little tougher for sure.
Indeed.